most iconic segment, which is agree or disagree. We're going to have these.
I disagree.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you let us know.
Vehemently.
And so, very simple. I'm going to read out a statement. If you agree with it, you're going to hold out agree. If you disagree, you're going to hold out your disagree. Here are your signs.
Oh, okay.
And
And you guys doing it too?
Yep,
Yes,
we all
we
do it
are.
together. We'll
We're
count
also
it down.
gonna
we're
say-
going to hop into it. It's going to create some debates, etc., etc. You ready?
Yeah, let's get it.
Venom is a better anti-hero or hero than he is a villain.
3, 2, 1. Disagree, disagree, disagree.
Oh man.
We all agree that we're disagreeing.
We hate him. The lethal protector bullshit. We are the biggest
Oh, man.
guys against it.
I thought I was just going to be like, oh, it's the old man.
No,
No,
I mean it's
I'm
cool.
so glad you said that.
Some of this, like we got the, like you just said, and then the Tom Hardy movies. He's kind of the main character. He's an
a good
anti-hero.
guy.
But like, look at him.
Well, you designed him, so please give your input, please.
No. Here's my take, and again, I'm biased, right?
Right.
So
I'm so happy
to
you
take
said
that
this.
for what it's worth. When we created them and I designed them, it was with the intent that he was going to be a villain, a bad guy.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, he has to be big,
Yep.
has to be hulking, he has to be everything has to be there, so that when Peter Parker goes up against him, it's like a little scrawny guy taking on an elephant,
Yeah.
right? In my mind, that's what it was, or a rhino. It's like it was going to be a big deal. And then, Image had started. I was gone,
Yeah.
and then they converted him, and I went, what? Like what?
Of all the characters to convert.
Well, and here's why too. Up to that point, and again, I'm probably going to be a little bit biased. All the cool, big, meaningful villains at Marvel were all from the '60s, right? Doc Ock,
Yeah.
right? The Red Skull, Doc Doom, Magneto, right? All the big ones you're thinking of. They're like, oh, and I remember we were having conversations, myself and my peers. Some of them ended up helping found Image with me. Of going, why didn't no cool? Like there was a lot of cool superheroes that came along, but it's like, why no cool villains that come along? And then somewhere along the line, one of this guy named Venom pops out and becomes sort of popular. And I go, oh, we got sort of a modern day cool villain. And then I go, what?
They're like,
and now
he's
you
cool
finally,
now.
it took you 30 years to, and then there were a couple that Jim and Rob did and Mark in the X-Men book. But it's like, and now you're going to turn them good? And to me, it was like, that's like turning the Joker good. Like once you take the Joker and you make the Joker good, I think that's a detriment to Batman, because that Batman against Joker works so well. Spidey against Venom works so well. And if you go, oh, now we're kind of bros, crypto bros, it's like I don't know. So now who's the bad guy? And I guess then they got to go, oh,
Carnage.
well, now you got to go get Carnage. So,
Yeah.
but if they turn him good, then you got to get the net. Like I don't know. If it was me, shit, I'd make him a bad guy tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? If I could wave a wand,
Yeah.
he'd become a bad guy tomorrow.
It's just every time we say something about Venom being a much better antagonist than he is a protagonist, people come out and they make videos and they're like, he's been a lethal protector. He's been a protagonist now longer than he was ever an antagonist.
Oh
a
yeah.
bad guy.
Oh yeah.
That's disgusting.
No, but what's interesting
I hate that so
is that I
much.
thought that because he's been the anti-hero for so long, I would have thought that your age group would go, that's all we know.
That's kind of what we get.
that's all-
Some people-
Whenever we refer to him as a villain, we get a lot of hate. And
Or they go, he was? Maybe
Yeah.
he was?
But how crazy is that? Look, and I don't have to tell you to look at him.
Just
You designed him.
Yeah.
But we always say, look at him like this scary, awful black monster with these teeth. I saw in an interview you recently said, or you said in an interview, that all of his teeth should be different sizes and this and that. This is a T-Rex. Like, this isn't a good guy.
He's a monster.
He's a horrible, hideous
right.
monster. It's like, it's just...
Or if he's going to be an anti-hero, then don't make it PG-13.
Yeah.
Then make him
ripping heads off.
Oh,
Dude. He's
come
eating
on,
people.
man.
Yeah.
Then
All
if you
right.
want to go there, then go.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Come on.
What's next?
Batman has a better rogues gallery than Spider-Man.
Okay.
This was a Patreon
3,
suggestion.
2, 1. Agree.
Oh, yeah! We're 2 for 2, gentlemen.
Man.
I'm loving it.
This is great.
Tell us.
Here's what I would say. Usually Marvel, when you do those comparisons, Marvel usually wins. This is one of those few exceptions, I think. Because, and the only reason I say that is because when I think of like the top 3, 4, they're kind of iconic bad guys for Batman,
Yeah.
right? You know, so we know, and when I think about Spider-Man, then I get like Stilt Man,
Yeah.
and I get like, you know, Electro, and I go, and they're okay, but they're not like fearful. And the old pudgy Doc Ock. I don't want somebody. I'm not afraid of somebody who's got a gooner, right? Like got a little gooner. So I just go no. But like Riddler,
Yep.
Joker,
Yep.
Penguin,
Yep.
Mr. Freeze, like
Yep.
all those
Bane.
I think
Scarecrow.
they're all Scarecrow. They're like, you just go. They just seem nasty.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, obviously these are the 2 best rogues galleries that we've got, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, sure.
But so they're the 2 heavy hitters, but I think Joker just carries for me a little bit. Like Joker is so clearly number 1 out of both groups
yeah.
that he gives
way
Batman
more
the
than
edge.
like Green Goblin.
Yeah,
Yes,
Like
yes,
if
yes,
Green
yes.
Goblin is Spider-Man's top and Joker is Batman's top, Joker beats Green Goblin. So
By a wide margin.
that's why I give it to Batman. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So we
Sure.
all agree on that one.
Sure. Well, this is a little redundant. I feel like we already know the answer to this, but Carnage is cooler than Venom. 3, 2, 1.
Oh man, but I'm biased. So I'm biased. So
Well,
no.
we're all-
Why? So I'm biased. So don't talk to me. Why you guys disagree?
I mean, Carnage is cool.
He is cool.
But I don't know. Venom's just sleeker, and I like the black and the teeth, and I don't know.
Something I really like with Venom, and you did this because
He's bigger.
Because Carnage is almost as much a Venom villain now as he is a Spider-Man villain, because you had to give Venom a rogues gallery because you made him a fucking good guy. But the thing with Carnage that I love is that Cletus Cassidy's a serial killer, because it's like the symbiote is bad, Eddie Brock is a tormented person, kind of a shitty person, but not like an awful, awful person. And then you give it to the Marvel Comics version of Hannibal Lecter. That's interesting. That's cool. Or Buffalo Bill is a better comparison. That's cool. That's interesting, because it's like the symbiote making an awful, awful human worse. Other than that, though, I think it's Venom in every single facet. Venom, like even on a page, is so much so much more striking than Carnage in a fight with Spider-Man, because Spider-Man's already red.
Yeah.
You know, like it's and in the story of him, you know, Venom is exempt from the Spidey sense because when he was attached to Spider-Man with the symbiote suit and all that stuff, all those wrinkles are fucking incredible.
So from a villain point of view, for me, and I like Joker a lot, but I wouldn't. I have others that I'd put above him, and the reason is because crazy is just crazy, right?
Right.
And so he's doing evil because he's crazy, and you're going because he's insane. Like, okay, I get it. The guy, the villains that are way more horrible to me are the ones that are not insane and do it anyways, and they know that pain is coming. So we'll give you in movies. The callous line is this: make him an offer you can't refuse. Now he knew when he said that line. It seemed like a likable guy in the movie up to that point, whatever. But he knew when he said that, he was going to basically horrify that man. He was going to probably traumatize that man's family. He was going to first lose a big asset because that horse was worth a lot of money that went down. So a lot was said into that thing, which is basically he was saying, go fuck that dude up, right? Without killing him, go fuck that dude up. Now, I've had people ask me before, when I've done interviews, especially like in Hollywood, and they go, who do you think is the best villain ever? And you just like, here's my number one villain, and it may seem like a silly answer, but I'm sticking with it. In comic books, I think it's like Kingpin. I think because Kingpin knows, he's a chess master, and he knows when he's reckoning with you. And that guy is way more evil than the crazy guy reckoning with you. So, but overall, if I had to put number one at the top of it, it would be the stepmom in Cinderella, the animated Cinderella.
Oh.
And the reason is because if you watch that movie, and most of us have, that woman never raised her voice, never cursed once, never hit, never did anything physical to Cinderella. But here's what she did. And she knew she was doing it. I am going to steal that girl's dreams.
Her whole life.
her whole life. I'm gonna make it so she doesn't find her prince. I'm gonna and the cruelty of knowing you were doing that to another human being, that's pure evil to me. And so I remember as a young kid wanting to strangle that woman, and she didn't curse, raise her voice, or touch, and I still wanted to do something to her. Those to me are the coolest ones, which is why again Hannibal Lecter, he's good too because he's calm the whole way, but basically when I get my chess move, I'm gonna
taking this guy's face off and I'm wearing it. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But until then, we're gonna be okay. And then it's gonna snap, like it's like a trap that snaps on you, right? And then they just go back to doing their own thing. Why? Because I don't even think after they rip the face off, I don't think there's any remorse to it.
No.
I think that they're just like, and they're psychotic in another way, right? They're narcissists. So.
Wow. Good.
Okay. 3 for 3.
We are so far. Let's see if this is the one that breaks it up.
All right, let's do it.
The xenomorph is the best. That's the alien from Alien.
Do you know what that looks like?
Yeah.
You want me to pull up a picture?
We got one right there. Bucket of it right there.
Angel, can you hand us the popcorn bucket, please?
The OG.
Yeah, the OG Alien.
Yeah.
That.
You're a horror fan?
Yeah.
The alien, the xenomorph from Alien, is the greatest designed movie monster of all time.
Oh, I thought you said in the aliens. Oh, of monsters of all time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to have to think about that one.
A lot of options.
There's a lot of good movie monsters. I mean, does Godzilla count? If Godzilla counts, you're probably going to...
No.
You don't count Godzilla.
No, he's a movie monster.
Oh, okay.
But I got my answer.
Yeah.
3,
Ready?
2,
2, 1.
Agree, disagree.
All right. What do you got?
Oh, man, he's good.
He's good.
Okay. So I'm going to deviate. I'm going to go back to what I said before. I think somebody like Hannibal Lecter is way more of a monster.
Interesting.
Because the xenomorph is more like an animal.
Yeah,
and
sure.
an animal protecting and doing its thing, even though when it does, just like you hear, hiker gets mauled by grizzly bear.
Yeah.
Grizzly bear didn't have any animus at that point. He's just like, dude, you're in the wrong place, wrong time. And by the way, there's my little babies.
Yeah,
right? I thought you were trying to do something here. So they're just reacting to some extent. So from a villain, and once you get to that level, I would call you a monster. From a visual look,
yeah, that's
shit. Right, H.R. Giger, right? He knocked that one.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Of the park, that one.
It's designed and how Alien, when that franchise is at its best, the first one, Aliens, Alien Romulus, the newest one that we adored, is when you really take the xenomorph and it is an allegory, a very strong allegory for sexual violence, and how that thing is designed, how phallic the head is, how it literally, the way they reproduce is by their form of raping you with the face hugger and this and that, and it comes out of your chest, and all of that, just like pregnancy.
Here's the thing, everything you're saying is true, and it's crazy good design. But if you've seen HR's artwork, and you look at it and you just go, this is crazy what I'm looking at, right? And then you actually go to where he lived. I don't know if you guys know, he lived in a castle and it had a moat. Right?
That's fucking awesome.
No, it is awesome.
I love a good moat.
No, so because we were doing the toys, and I had to send a couple of my guys there, and they're going, "Are we allowed to go across the moat?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he lived in a castle with a moat, and inside they're going, "Todd, you wouldn't believe what was inside this castle, right?" So that character, I bet if you would have probably asked, he probably was going, wasn't one of my better ones, right? Because he is so interesting prior to his death, that you just go, what is happening in your head that's not happening in most of ours? So he was just a mad genius, and that we ended up getting a little bit of a piece of it right there. So yeah, it's cool. And he also laid a bit of a blueprint for a lot of other aliens post that you just sort of go, I see a little bit there, I see a little bit there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're doing, other artists go, no, it's a tribute to H.R. It's like, no, you're not. You're AI-ing Giger is what you're doing. I see. You can AI Giger, but AI can't AI Giger.
Just real quick, we usually ask our guests this. I can't believe we haven't. Do you have a favorite movie of all time?
Do I? Yeah, I've got a couple.
What's your Mount Rushmore? What's your four favorites?
What pops into your mind?
One would be obviously Godfather.
Yeah.
The first part.
Great answer.
Two would be Braveheart.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Because every time I watch it, I go, I should have been born then. Because, like, that is so me. Like, you just go, I disagree. Well, okay, well, let's go on the battlefield, and one of us is going to fucking die today. And so the question is that you knew that you had a sword, that one of you was going to die. The question is, are you willing to die for your cause? I think a lot of people get on the internet and go, yeah, I care about this. The question is, would you die for that cause? So in that case, they would go out there and they would die, and they go, me against you, and only one of us is walking off the field, right? Matter of fact, sometimes both of us won't, because I'm going to cut your head, and then there's so many other people, I'm going to get killed a little bit later, right? But I just like the simplicity of, oh yeah, then let's settle it.
I'm going to rebuttal that and say that I'm very grateful that we weren't born in that time, because we would have been dead a very long time ago.
Yeah, we argue.
Oh no, I might have. Guys, I'm not saying I wouldn't have been dead in my first fight. Let me say, I might have been a weakling, and it was like, oh man, because I bought a couple of the Braveheart swords that they gave to the people that were actual props in the movie, and those things are heavy. Like there's a reason why they're swinging them with both hands, because you can only do a couple with one hand before you go, man, I'm getting tired now, right? So they have to do it with both hands. But I don't know. I get jealous. I get jealous of going, oh man, and now today you can't kill your enemy. It's illegal.
Yeah, no, right? I'm not trying to die.
What's that about?
Oh man.
Boo.
So boo.
I'm not trying to die.
No, here's what you got. It's just what I'm saying. Now today, here's what you got to do. Oh yeah? I'll sue you.
Yeah.
Right?
That's less sexy. That's less cool.
And satisfying. Yeah. Either my head or yours. But and then there's a movie, not a ton of people saw it, but I thought it was a brilliant movie called The Insider. And it was Russell Crowe, and it was about the tobacco. They in 60 Minutes, they found out that it was like that they were actually tobacco companies putting in addictive chemicals in there, and they knew it was addictive, but they lied about it and whatever else. And when they tried to expose it on 60 Minutes, then the lawyers came and they pulled it all back. And one of the guys that was the whistleblower, the insider, his whole life got turned up, like he got screwed on both ends of this. And it was Russell Crowe, and I remember watching the movie, I go, he should win the Academy Award. And he didn't. And I thought, I don't usually think about this, but I go, I think they missed this. The next year, they gave it to Russell Crowe for Gladiator. Yeah. And I go, Gladiator? I think it was, and a lot of people said, I think it's a makeup for the insider. Because it's like, Gladiator's cool and whatever else, but it's like, no, go watch Gladiator, go watch The Insider. And here's why, because there are certain movies that there are people, and they either write books about them or they make movies or TV shows, that their conscience is so, I don't know if pure is the word, but so pure that they will lose everything. Not only their job, their friends, their neighbors, their reputation, the money, the love of their kids, if they don't do the right thing. Because they're the unicorns, I think, of the world. And as much as I have a fight, I go, man, if I got to that point, would I basically throw everything away, my family, everything away, to do the right thing? But these are these unicorns that I all I can figure is that they're wired in such a way that they go, if I don't do the right thing, I will never sleep soundly for the rest of my life. And I can't bear that. Even if I'm sleeping next to my wife, but I can't sleep. I can't. And so there have been movies of these types of people. There's another movie called The Bridge of Spies. I didn't think nearly as good as Insider, but again, a true story. Yeah. Another one where it was like, stop doing what you're doing. Even again, to the point that his wife's going, come on, how are we going to put the kids through college? How are we going to do so? So I'd put the Inside of Braveheart, and then I'll throw an odd one. I think The Big Short. I think The Big Short is not only a smart movie, but it's a movie that you can put a mirror up to us in society, because you get these moments that have been happening our whole life. Look, I teach my kids two things. Everything else, if you ever meet them and you go, man, they're awesome, it's like, my wife did most of that. One, never talk out of ignorance. If you do not know what you're about to say with knowledge, keep your mouth closed. Either go teach yourself, go learn it, or listen to what people are saying so you can get an education. But just don't talk about something you don't know, right?
I might be out of a job if I listen to that.
Maybe. So but that was Dad, Todd. Don't talk out of ignorance. And then two, I made this one up, and it's just my experience. Never bet against greed. It will break your heart. If you think people are going to do the right thing when there's temptation over there, shoot. Right? So again, if you watch a movie like The Big Short, there was, this is mankind since day one, but they come there and they go to the Wall Street Journal, they got a buddy who's an editor, and they're going, this thing is going to blow up and it is going to crush everybody. The mortgage thing is going to collapse and potentially the banks are going to fall, like a tsunami's coming. And that guy at the Wall Street Journal said, do you know who we talk to? We get articles with? The top CEOs. So you want me to write an article saying that the top CEOs are fucking us? Psh, dude, I'm out of a job that quick, right? I live in Staten Island. I got a nice house. It's like, I'm not putting my job at jeopardy, even though it was, but tens of millions of people will suffer.
Yep.
If you don't blow the horn and warn them that the dragon's coming, the giant's coming. No, because I got to watch out for me. And what do I care about 10 million other people? Why? Greed. Why? Because I like my house and I like my money and I got to put my kids through college. Nothing wrong with it. But again, the unicorn says, yeah, I'll do it. But that's why they're unicorns. You don't see them. You see them, 3 of them every century, and go, there's one, there's one. So anyways, that's it.
These are kind of follow-ups, so we're going to say agree, and then we're going to say agree or disagree, and then I'm going to read one right after it, okay? Because they have to do it with each other. Spawn has the greatest cape in the history of fiction. 3, 2, 1. Agree.
Yeah.
You're a little bit biased.
I am biased, but I think it's true.
Yeah.
And here we go. Here's the follow-up. Todd Mcfarlane capes are the greatest capes in the history of fiction. 3, 2, 1. Agree.
You know what? I usually don't, but I'm just
Come
look
at his shirt.
Here's why I say I'm going, whose capes am I jealous of?
Nobody's.
So right now, that's the answer is. But when I was younger, there were a lot of guys whose capes I was jealous of.
Sure.
So when I became a pro and then I got to draw people with capes, I go, oh man, I remember those guys drew cool capes. I'm going to draw cool capes. I mentally, capes were like an important thing to me. And the reason capes are important is because they're an easy tool to create a false sense of volume, 3D, to build 3D on a flat 2D piece of paper, which is all we do as artists, is we have to take 2D and make it feel 3D. Yeah. Which is why I had a couple of reasons for the webbing on Spider-Man was, besides it didn't look good when it came towards camera. I go, it doesn't look like anything, it's dumb. It also, I go, he doesn't have a cape. So I go, if I can put him in these crazy poses and create all this depth by having limbs and things in front of each other, this is how you create depth. And then at the end of all that, then take the web and have it all flying, then it would be the equivalent. The webs to me were the equivalent of his cape.
Yeah.
Right?
Cool.
I go,
that's awesome.
I want it to be flaring and doing stuff and whatever else. Where if you get like Thor with his big cape and he's got the wings and the long hair and stuff, like you can have stuff flying all over the place. Like I go, yeah, that's easy. And And then Batman just like, again, this cape, can I just say, this cape makes no sense. If you really
it's cool
look,
though.
Yeah, that's furious. But it's like, if you really look, you go, okay, Todd, if you were to take that off him and iron it, what is the actual pattern, right? And
how long would it be?
And then people would, when we made the toy and they were doing stuff, they're going, okay, what's the underdrawing anatomy? And I go, guys, you're way overthinking this, right? Somebody phoned and said, Todd, remember you said you want to do Batman? I was at Marvel. And they go, remember you said you'd only come back for Batman? And I go, yeah. And they go, can you do us a cover? And I went, yeah, cool, thanks. I'll get it to you tomorrow. And I go, no, I need it in the mail today. And I went, pardon? Okay. I've got 5.5, 6 hours. Right? That design is I've said before, this is a 5.5, 6 hour design page.
That's
if
crazy.
they had said to me, here's the thing, that sliding door. If they had said, Todd, you have 2 days, I would never have drawn that drawing.
Right.
It just was like, oh my gosh, I got 5 hours. Okay. So now we're just gonna do geometry. And then we're going to just sort of do it. And it's like, I don't have time to draw anatomy. I don't have time to worry about. I'll put the little lady in there, but only a little bit of her. Okay, fine. In, out, boom, done. Right? Because I got to get this in FedEx. I've got 6 hours before it's got to get the FedEx. So here we go. So it sometimes is funny for me to go, oh yeah, that was kind of a cheat cover, and everybody's falling for it. So like, cool, man. I should have done more cheats, I guess. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, no. So that's the thing is like, I'm a huge fan of capes and designs for, especially you being the king of capes, as we just established on this very illustrious and educated panel.
Okay.
How you use them for aura. Are you familiar with the term aura?
Yeah.
Like, you got Spawn on the top of the fucking church. I mean, it's every other shot in the animated series.
Yeah.
And the cape is Spawn, and it's a million miles long. It's the coolest thing you've ever fucking
the way
seen in
he
your life.
uses the cape too.
Oh, it's so cool.
So
right,
good.
right. But guys, all this is like, and again, it's silly art. But let's just say this is the edge of the building here, right? Okay, so there's
It's a better
the edge
building
of
than I could draw, by the way.
I don't know if you can see it. So there's the edge of the building there, right? Okay. So if you're like a normal guy and they're standing here, and this is the big, tall one, and then they're sitting there, and you go, okay, even if I draw the person, they're going to be only maybe a half an inch tall. And then if they have a normal cape, right, that's it. What's that? Can you see it?
Yeah.
So there it is. There's the cape. I'll color it, and I'll make it black. I'll make it so they can see with it. That's it.
Yeah.
So you go, if I drew that, they go, why you got the camera so far back? But if I do Spawn, right? Then you can do like this, and you can have the camera way back, and then you can get
He's a freaking airplane, dude.
Yeah,
It's like,
no, you can get this big cool thing, and he's still only like, I didn't change the scale of the hero. I only changed the scale
that's a
of
stick
the,
figure and it's aura farming.
of the cape.
Like,
so let me give.
the coolest
Let
thing
me
I've ever
give.
seen in my life.
Let me give. Well, I did pull plenty of those drawings. Let me give some props to a couple people that were inspired me for capes when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
John Byrne did really cool cape. Like they went hard and fast, but he didn't do like big, grandiose capes. But they like, I paid attention to his capes. Two, Bill Sienkiewicz did this one image of this one Batman Spectacular, and he was the one that did the hooks on the shoulder, right? And I AI'd that. Yeah. And the hooks on the shoulder, Bill Sienkiewicz did. And Bill Sienkiewicz is like cool, crazy good. And I just went, man, again, when you're a kid and you're collecting, you're going, oh, if I ever break in, I'm going to do that, right? Like you start picking things up. But the guy who did the cape that to me was like, oh, that's the one that cemented, was a guy named Marshall Rogers. And Marshall Rogers did this very short run on Detective Comics. And he did, if you think, like, he did what ultimately, at that time to me, was the Spawn cape. I go, how big's his cape? Batman, how's it even? But it looks so good. And I just went, so it doesn't have to be practical because it looks awesome. So when by the time I got there, by the time I went, oh, the energy and the movement of John Byrne and the cool graphic of what Sienkiewicz was doing, and then just the sheer scope and size of what Marshall Rogers was doing, and you put them in the blender, and then you add steroids to it, and then you just go and do all that even bigger. that just became how I did capes. Look, and the more I just add, if you just add like a fold, I can keep folding this thing all day long.
This is the coolest thing
what are you talking
that's
about?
ever happened on this podcast.
You can just,
ever.
you can keep,
Bro,
you can just keep adding. You just keep adding.
It's all over the place.
And it's all over shit. And then you get a couple other ones that come up in here, right? I used to tell people it's like making a paper airplane. All this is just like make it. You just fold it. You put a bunch of squares and diamonds on. It's all over the place.
It's so cool.
That's awesome.
Okay.